application of dimension analysis is deducing a relation among physical quantities. The method of dimensions can be used to deduce relation among physical quantities. If a physical quantity depends on three physical quantity, then we can derive a relation among these physical quantities using the method of dimensions. For example, consider a simple pendulum having a bob attached to a string that oscillates under the action of force of gravity. Suppose the time period of oscillation depends on length, mass, acceleration due to gravity. Derive the expression for the time period using the method of dimensions. So this is a simple pendulum that you know. It consists of a bob attached to a string and it can oscillate between the two extreme positions. Okay, these are the two extreme positions and this position is called a mean position. So if a simple pendulum is made to oscillate, it oscillates between the two extreme positions. And the time period, it may depends on what all factors given. It may depends on length, it depends on mass of the bob. This is called a bob. It depends on mass of the bob and it may depends on acceleration due to gravity. If time period depends on all these physical quantity, we can derive the relation for time period using the method of dimensions. Okay, so that is another very important application of dimension. We can deduce the relation. So first we can write time period is directly proportional to mass raised to A, length raised to B, G raised to C. So we have to find out A, B and C. Now after that we can write the relation for time period relating mass, length and acceleration due to gravity. So if you got the question, first you have to write this relation. The physical quantity depends on what all physical quantities and how much it depends. So time period is directly proportional to mass. We can write A raised to A, length raised to B, G raised to C. Okay. Now we can remove the proportionality sign, proportionality by a constant. So T equal to any constant K, M raised to A, L raised to B and G raised to C. That's the next step. So this is the first equation. Now we can apply dimensions. Applying dimensions. Left hand side and right hand side we can apply dimension T. Its dimension is T only. Okay, time period. K is a constant, no dimension. M represents mass, therefore M raised to A. L represents length, so its dimension is L raised to B. G represents acceleration due to gravity and we know its dimension is LT raised to minus 2 raised to C. Okay, is equal to, we can take all the mass terms together. Here there is only one mass term, so we can write M raised to A. Two length terms, two L terms are there, so we can write L raised to B plus C, isn't it? B plus C. And T raised to minus 2C. Left hand side no change, T. Now we can equate the powers of mass, equate the powers of length, equating the powers of time. So that's the next step. Equating the powers of mass. Equating the powers of mass, here left hand side no term relating mass, here see the relation, here left hand side no term relating mass, therefore what is A equal to 0. Now is there any length term in the left hand side? No, therefore B plus C is equal to 0. Similarly if we equate the powers of time, minus 2Z is equal to here, power is 1. Okay, so we can write equating the powers of mass, here A equal to 0 and equating the powers of length, that is B plus C equal to 0. Then equating the powers of time, that is minus 2C equal to 1. And from this we can write C is equal to minus 1 by 2. A equal to 0, C is equal to minus 1 by 2. If we substitute the value of C in this equation, we can write B plus C is equal to 0. B plus C equal to minus 1 by 2, no, equal to 0. So what is that? B equal to 1 by 2. So we got the values of A, B and C. Now substitute the values of A, B, C in the first equation. So that is T equals K m raised to A, L raised to B, G raised to C. Therefore it becomes T equals K m raised to A. What is the value of A? A equal to 0. L raised to B, B equal to 1 by 2. G raised to C, C becomes minus 1 by 2. So m raised to 0 means it does not depends on time period, does not depends on mass, because m raised to 0 is 1. That means time period does not depends on mass. So time period T can be written as K into L raised to 1 by 2, it can be written as root M. G raised to minus 1 by 2 can be written as divided by root G. So the final expression is T equals K root of L divided by G. So using the method of dimensions, we can derive the formula for time period relating length and acceleration due to gravity. The orbital velocity of a satellite may depend on its mass, moving in a circle of radius r, and acceleration due to gravity g. By the method of dimensions, obtain the expression for orbital velocity v. So here it is given velocity depends on what all factors. Velocity depends on mass, it depends on radius, it depends on acceleration due to gravity. So first step is we can write velocity is directly proportional to mass m raised to a, then radius r raised to b, acceleration due to gravity g raised to c. Now we can remove that proportionality sign, v equal to a constant k, m raised to a, r raised to b, g raised to c. That is the first equation. Okay, now we can apply dimensions. Applying dimensions, left hand side and right hand side we can apply dimension. Velocity is L t raised to minus 1 equal to mass m raised to a. R represents radius, that is distance only. So L raised to b. G acceleration due to gravity, Lt raised to minus 2 the whole raised to c. Okay, now we can take the m terms together. So m raised to a, L raised to here b plus c, isn't it? So b plus c, t raised to minus 2c. Left hand side Lt raised to minus 1. Now we can equate the powers of mass. Therefore, equating the powers of mass, we can write A equal to 0. Again, equating the powers of length, here left hand side 1, right hand side b plus c. So b plus c is equal to 1. Equating the powers of time, here minus 2c equal to minus 1. So c is equal to 1 by 2. Okay, now again we can substitute for c. B plus c is equal to 1. Therefore b plus 1 by 2 is equal to 1. So what is the value of b? B equal to 1 by 2. Okay, so we got the value of a equal to 0, b equal to 1 by 2 and c is equal to 1 by 2. Directly we can substitute in which equation? In the first equation. So in the first equation if we substitute, v equals k into m raised to a equal to 0, and r raised to b equal to 1 by 2, and g raised to c is again 1 by 2, m raised to 0. So velocity does not depends on mass of the satellite. So directly we can write v equal to root, or v is equal to k into root of rg. This is the expression. Now another question. Assuming the mass of a largest stone that has moved by flowing river depends on velocity v, density of water d, and acceleration due to gravity g. Show that mass m varies with sixth power of velocity of flow using dimensional method. So here the question itself, it is given mass, it depends on what all factors? It depends on velocity, density of water and acceleration due to gravity. Therefore we can write m is directly proportional to velocity v raised to a, we can assume. Density d raised to b, d raised to b. Acceleration due to gravity g raised to c. Then removing that proportionality sign by a constant k into v raised to a, d raised to b and g raised to c, first equation. Now applying the dimensions, we can write m, dimension is m, equal to velocity Lt raised to minus 1 raised to a, density is mass by volume, so m L raised to minus 3 the whole raised to b, g acceleration due to gravity Lt raised to minus 2 the whole raised to c. Okay, now equating we can take the mass terms together, length terms together and time terms together. So m can be written as m raised to, here only one term, so m raised to b. Then L raised to, here length a, here length minus 3b, here length c. So we can write a minus 3b plus c. Then t raised to, here minus a, here minus 2c, minus a minus 2c. Then equating the powers of mass, how will you write b, here b equal to 1. Then equating the powers of dimension L, we can write here a minus 3b plus c equal to 0, a minus 3b plus c equal to 0. Again equating the powers of time, here we can write minus a minus 2c equal to 0. So we got the value of b equal to 1. Substituting in this equation, we can write a minus 3 plus c equal to 0, isn't it? Or we can write a plus c is equal to 3. Here from this equation, minus a minus 2c is equal to 0, minus a minus 2c equal to 0. So what is a? A equal to minus 2c, isn't it? A equal to minus 2c. Substitute the value of a equal to minus 2c in this equation. So we can write minus 2c plus c is equal to 3. So what is the value of c? Minus c is equal to 3, or c is equal to minus 3. Substitute the value c is equal to minus 3 in this equation. Therefore, a equal to minus 2 into minus 3 is equal to 6. So we got the value of a equal to 6, b equal to 1 and c is equal to minus 3. And substitute the values of a, b and c in the first equation. So that is m equal to k, v raised to a, v raised to 6, d raised to b, b is 1, no? So d raised to 1, g raised to minus 3. So and the question is, we have to show that mass varies with the sixth power of velocity. Here it is given, mass varies with sixth power of velocity. Okay, so mass is directly proportional to sixth power of velocity. So we proved that mass depends on the sixth power of velocity. Okay, children.